Hey, what's up? It is DJ. Farming Simulator 26 is going to be here soon, and today we're going to take a look at a few things on the FS26 website. We'll be focusing on the maps. We have some screenshots of them anyway. We also are going to talk about all the animals coming with the game and all of the crops coming with the game. In previous videos, I've talked about vehicles, harvesters, and all of the equipment. So if you're more of a machinery kind of person, well, you can check out those videos. I mean, there's 3 videos for those. There's only 1 video for the maps, animals, and crops. So that should show you the level of detail with those and what we've got to show here. That's not a bad thing though. Hey, a little bit for everybody. Don't you forget, Farming Simulator 26 is going to be here on Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. It's going to be released for iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch devices, both the original and the Switch 2, and pricing's a little bit different for all of those. So make sure you check out the description for the most updated pricing information. As I mentioned, we're going to be splitting this up. Maps, animals, and crops. Just to give you a basic overview, here's your maps. We have Dawn Ridge, which is the American map, and Harbrook, which is going to be the European map. Here's our 6 animal breeds, and here are your crops. Although I know I went a little bit fast. We'll start off with the American map, Dawn Ridge. Now, the layout kind of reminds me of FS23 a little bit. You got the barn right here, and then you got a shed over here at the far right behind it, but it's not exact. So with this one, of course, we can see our John Deere right here. We've also got a Great Plains planter over there. And as I mentioned, just some buildings kind of around. None of them are open though. And the windows on this one do not give me a lot of confidence that we'll be able to park anything inside. Would have been nice though. Jumping over to the next screenshot, we have the GSFS. Not quite sure what that is. Maybe this is going to be some type of grain mill or something like that. Could be. And then we've got what I think might be actually our farm over here on the left-hand side, because we do have some of the same buildings there. And then maybe that building right there kind of reminds me of this one. 2 windows and a door. 2 windows and a door. So maybe we were standing right over here whenever they took the picture. Could be. You never know. We also have the Massey Ferguson combine back there, the house, etc. This has got corn on the fields. Actually, most of the fields look like they've got corn around, so that is very cool. Moving it down, and we've got a pond area. Very nice. We also have different NPCs that are walking it. I doubt they'll be stationary. They should be walking around. And then in the back, we have what could be the store, but probably more likely either production, sell points, things like that. It is nice to see water, though, in here. I don't remember seeing a whole lot of water in previous Farm Sim mobile game maps, so it is nice to see some of that. Otherwise, as you can see, the textures do start to get lower. The grass disappears the further away you get, but that's just kind of what it is with mobile games. The draw distance is quite low with those things. Looking at the 4th screenshot, and I actually show this one off in a couple, so I imagine it's quite popular. We also saw this in some of the promotional work as well. The 5-point pump. All right, wouldn't have named it that, but there it is nonetheless. We got our John Deere again there. NPCs just hanging out over there at Joe's, and then we got another big building, black or white and red over there. Looks like a sell point, something like that over there. But yeah, fuel station. And again, as you can see, further off into the distance you get, especially with these trees, the lower the quality gets with it. Halfway done with these screenshots for this one already. Miller's Grains Co. Man, these screenshots are tough. Woo! But I guess in the past they've been super nice, and then you get in the game and it's like, ugh. One thing I've noticed with our truck here, it looks like it is lifted, or at least lifted more than the FS25 version that we've got is. I think that's kind of interesting. It looks like we got some wheat, maybe oats here in the front. We got to find out exactly what we got. I'm assuming it is wheat. That's normally what they show off. I think this is the same building from here. So we've got a couple different sections. This one's got a couple different sections. It looks like we've got a sell point right over here, but I can't really tell. And there's a tree there that's blocking. So I think that is literally from the exact same spot. And then here it is again, the same truck anyway, and it's just driving along the road. So of course we've got out there the forestry area. We talked about that. It's a little bit more open than we would have in the desktop version, but still not too bad. And again, the truck looks lifted. Is it just me? That's got to be lifted. This one right here, I don't think there's anything like gameplay-wise going on here. We just have vents and stables showing off that horses are in the game. Very, very cool with that. Then we got our picket fence and all that good stuff. Looking nice. I don't think there's really a whole lot to read into this screenshot, so we will move it on to the last one that we've got. And this is just another look at the 5-point pump right here, but from the top back section. Showing off a little bit more. I think we've got some sell point areas. I'm trying to find, maybe that's something right there. And then maybe that's a sell point there as well. Could also be the piece of the roof. I think it's the piece of the roof now that I'm looking at it twice again. But the thing is, we don't see a lot of different areas here. I think it's supposed to be obviously showing off this. By the way, the camera's up in this area here for that last picture. But yeah, it's kind of showing the same stuff off. This one is the only picture that really seems out of place. Yeah, maybe. Not quite sure. Anyway, there you go. That is the American map, Dawn Ridge. Then we have the European map, Harbrock. And we went from 10 screenshots, I think, or 8 screenshots, down to 5. So, we'll see. This one right here really doesn't show us a lot. Of course, it kind of shows the design of the buildings that are here, the crop texture, which is very thin as well. We do have weeds in it, though, so that's kind of neat. Some people may mention that. That's awesome. And then it's kind of at night. Lights are on. That's kind of about it there. Moving on to the second one. We have a church. Very nice. Very cool with that. But I'm not really quite sure how this is going to help us farm. But maybe it holds a key to something that we don't know. There is an NPC down there. So maybe. Moving on. Just another shot in the town. Nothing farming related with this. Maybe you can get these trees down. But I highly doubt it. And that is all I'm really seeing here. A car. Yep. Same thing here. We got some, farming right there in the background, or fields rather. Some corn looks like it's ready to be chaffed or something like that, but not a lot going on. Also, the sign is only half there. Yes, it is a turn to the left, but it's also a turn to the right, which that sign is missing completely. And then the house here. Our farm's gotta be somewhere in there, right? They didn't just take 5 pictures of random buildings on the map and say, yeah, that's fine, then that'll do. Like, I don't know anywhere in here where any of our farms could be. Also, we don't have any tractors. There's no farm equipment at all in any of these screenshots. I think Harbrock deserves to have some farming screenshots. This was almost a waste, unfortunately. So now we move to animals, and maybe we've got all the animals you were wanting to see. Maybe there's some missing. You'll have to let me know. Up first, chickens, and this is inside of one of the enclosures. I'm not quite sure if this is on the American or the European map, but we've got, looks to be 2 hens, one in front of us and one to the left-hand side, and maybe a rooster on the right-hand side, just judging off of the headgear, but not quite sure. This could just be 3 hens. We got what I would call little baby cows, but regular cows here. But I do believe we're also getting baby animals as well. As in the blog we got, it did say to take care of cows, sheep, chickens, goats, and their offspring. So then, little baby cows, confirmed. The cows do look very nice, though. Moving on down, we have goats. For the first time. Oh yeah, so these were added to the base game of FS25 about a year and a half ago, and now we are getting them in the mobile game as well. And as you can see right here, we have a couple different setups. I will say with the mobile games, they never quite look like they're on the ground. All the animals so far have looked like they're standing in front of like a PNG. And then you just got, another grass texture behind them, and somebody just drew some green lines in front. Kind of what it looks like, kind of what it is really anyway, but nonetheless, there you go. We have goats, and also, might be able to see back here, but we also have a sheep as well, so they are in there too. Moving on down, horses. Of course, we knew this from the equipment video, wherever we had a way to move around horses. So yes, horses are going to be in the game. Pigs, of course. This is a big fan favorite. You can make some good money off of pigs, and you can do very good with that, although you do need to get some piggy food, so there's that. And then I believe, lastly, we have sheep. Again, returning to the mobile game. These guys have been around for a long time. Big staple, big fan favorite. good to see sheep coming back. All right, now let's talk crops. These are going to be in alphabetical order, so just keep that in mind. They're not in the order that you would generally expect to see these in the game, but we have barley here with our Massey Ferguson harvesting a field. Canola, and we have our New Holland T7 or T6 in there, it looks like, with a sprayer, which is coming through in either fertilizing or spraying for weeds. I'm not quite sure. Hard to mistake cotton. We have our Module Express from Case IH coming through and making some big old cotton square bales. And do keep in mind, the cotton square bales are going to be 15,000 liters in the mobile game, not 20,000 like they are on the desktop game. Of course, with all the vineyard equipment, grapes will be making a appearance here as well. So you've got your grapes in there. Now we got grass too, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of ignoring the grass. Grass looks fine. It's a little thin, but it's the mobile game, so it's okay. Two things. Number one, here is our mower that we talked about in the equipment video. The mower is actually set up so that you hook up to the front, and then the rear mowing attachments appear out of nowhere. So heads up for that one. And then in the back, I don't know if you could see this, but like this is our gas station. And then right beside it, we've got another building, and then beside that, we've got that red and white building that we talked about in the screenshots for the map. So that is where we are. This is kind of, I guess, the main drag as far as this map goes. It's not a whole lot going on with it, but I guess it is what it is. Scrolling down even more, we have corn, and here it's showing you one of the alternative ways to harvest corn by making chaff and using that to feed animals and making silage and all that good stuff. And it's very cool to see silage being made as well. One of my favorites, oats. Oats making a return. I'm trying to figure out, I believe this is on the European map. Over here we got our Steyr with a fertilizer spreader. And that's probably just an NBC vehicle. But yeah, I think this is on the European map. It's good to see it, finally, with some farming stuff on it. But yeah, that's about it, what we've got through there. Olives, these are done pretty much exactly the way that the grapes are done. But olives in the vineyards. Here you can see we have our Landini tractor coming through with our Hardy vineyard sprayer, also on the European environment as well, worth mentioning. Scrolling on down, taters, we got potatoes. This one looks more of the North American map, but I don't know that for sure. This could easily be the European style map as well. But yeah, potatoes, that's what they're going to be looking like right there. When I was younger, I spent a lot of time harvesting potatoes with my left hand and my right hand. And I did not like any of it. But hey, we got big machinery in this game. Sorghum, of course. This one, I didn't even have to pay attention to it. I knew what this was right away. Sorghum. This is also on the American map. Down here you can see our, with the 5-point pump there. We've got our red and white building to the left of it. And then way down here, I don't know if you can see this, but that looks to be the grass, the mower. I think they just set it up and then came through here and took all these pictures of all these different crops. So yeah, there you go. I believe that's the mower sitting right where it was the last time. Scrolling down a little bit more, we have soybeans. Very, very cool. This one, I think, is the European style map. We've got a European building here, and we've got what I think would be a European barn over there as well. We also had a little bit more of a hilly terrain, at least in the distance on the European map, so that's why I'm thinking that. Again, very thin as far as the crop goes, but it is what it is. And we've got cows over here as well. Always nice to see cows. Another root crop, we got sugar beets. Red beets are not making their appearance, nor are any of the vegetable crops, unfortunately. But we do have sugar beets making a return, so that's nice. We have our OptiTrack right there. I can't remember the brand name of that one. And then to the left of that, we have a FarmTech trailer, but I don't know what is pulling it because I can't see it. Again, thin amount of crop, but it is what it is with the mobile game. Sugarcane, of course. With this one, I think this is also, I was going to say, I think this is on the European map, but this could also be the American one because we have some American looking houses, but we also have in the background the exact same spot where we showed one of the previous crops. So now I'm not quite sure what map we're on. Hey, it is what it is. There's sugarcane, sunflowers, of course, right here as well. Not even going to try and figure out what map we're on at this point, but I do know we have a horse over here on the left-hand side. And on the right over there, we have another animal. I just don't know what it is. Maybe cows, maybe the sheep and goats. Not quite sure, but the sunflowers are looking absolutely beautiful. And last but not least, we have wheat. This is definitely on the American map. We have our farm right here. We can actually get a good look at the full farm layout as well. We've got our house over here. We've got the little barn that we talked about with 2 windows and a door, the primary barn with silo, and then we've got a covered shed over there as well. Very cool, with our Massey Ferguson harvesting the wheat. And there it is. There you go. Those are your maps, the animals, and crops that you can expect to see coming with the base game of Farming Simulator 26, releasing on May 19th, 2026 to iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch devices, both the original and the Switch 2. If you got any questions, maybe you saw something that I didn't see, or maybe you got some ideas, hey, I'd love to hear all of that down in the comment section below. And as per usual, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like if you did, get subscribed if you are new, and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you're always the first one to know about future upcoming information, news, and gameplay for Farming Simulator 26. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day today. We'll see you in the next one.